UndergroundVideoNetwork.com presents the We Talk Too Much podcast.
This is where the fun begins.
Comic books, superheroes, sci-fi, gaming, and everything nerdy.
That's it. This is just too weird.
Now, here's your host of the We Talk Too Much podcast, Mike and Richard.
Hey everyone, and welcome to this episode of Underground Video Network's Behind the Counter. I am Michael Boroff.
I'm Richard Catterjohn.
Rich, how's it going?
Good.
It's been a few weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Life, man, I tell you, even when you have like the most convenient way of being able to do our show, it's still just like, oh man, I just can't. But we've had individually, we've had a busy past couple of weeks.
Yeah, there's been a lot of stuff going on here and there. I bought a whole new computer system this week, so I ordered it.
Dude, tell me what it is, just so I can say. You know, I've been dying to say it.
I bought a Dell.
Dude, you're getting a Dell.
Yeah, hold on a second.
Yeah, I there we go. That felt unnatural. I knew I was doing it right. See, I screwed up. I knew I was doing it right earlier.
No, I went ahead and I had some money saved back to start putting down my student loans, but my student loans got pushed back, so I decided to use it, buy a new computer, because it looks like I'm going to be maybe going back for a master's program, so I need a computer. So,
oh, bring in the clout to the show. Oh yeah.
Well, it's one of them things.
Yeah.
But it was really funny. The agent I was talking to, she was really cool and then was helping me through. And I told her exactly what I was going to use and do and stuff like that. And then she goes, "You do a podcast about geek culture?" And I go, "Yeah." And because she had looked me up online real quick and saw this stuff. And she goes, she might be watching. So if she's watching, hello.
Hi, Dell lady.
I can't wait till I get my computer in a couple weeks. I got the keyboard today.
Okay.
Yeah, it was really weird. I was out running around. I stopped in at Texas Roadhouse to eat some lunch, and I get a message on my phone that my keyboard showed up. I go, what? But I want the rest of the computer.
Okay, you're gonna get the mouse in a couple days.
No, it already came with the keyboard.
Oh my god. Oh man. I got to mention a couple weeks ago, as of us filming right now, a couple weeks ago, I got a chance to go down to the Cincinnati Comic Expo down in Cincinnati.
Right.
First show that I've been to since the pandemic and everything. And I got to say, they handled it very well. Everybody was masked up. And I got to go. I was only able to go on Sunday, which is weird for me, because
we were supposed to go on Saturday, but I kind of wasn't filling up to the trip, so that's what happened there, everybody.
Yeah. And it was so weird being at a con without you, dude. I did not realize how codependent I am at a con without you. It was just I did when we went Sunday, I did get to go with my friend Angie, Ginger Snap Cosplay, who I've known since high school. She was actually on the show not too long. Well, I want to say not too long ago, but COVID. It was probably like 5 years ago. It was a couple years ago.
Yeah, it was the library con over in
Grand Lakes Expo.
Yeah.
Yep, she had a table set up, and I think we filmed her panel too.
Yeah, you can go check that out on UVN Plus, the video archive.
Hey. See, you're rubbing off on me, Richard. I'm learning how to do the
UndergroundVideoNetwork.com.
I'm learning how to do the segues. And it was surreal for me, Richard, because I'm used to going with you, and I'm the cosplayer, and I say, "Hey, man, could you take our picture?" And you take our picture. Well, Angie Ginger went as Velma, and she had a rockin' Velma costume. She was dead on. She is a perfect Velma. Let's just say of the two of us, the beautiful young Velma got a little bit more attention than the old man with the bad wig, because it was fun for me, Richard. It was the first time I got to wear my Geralt of Rivia costume, and it was well received. People, I had a Witcher mask, so people Velma, though. It was just like, move, Witcher. Can I get a picture of Velma? So it was weird for me because I actually, for like the first time ever, Richard, got to feel what you feel like. It was like, dude, take my picture with this person, or dude, take my, I got to see quite a few of our friends. Top of the list, so I got a chance to talk to Rodney Fight. Love seeing Rodney.
His Kickstarter launches next week.
Exactly. See, I'm getting good, Richard. Yeah, his Kickstarter for Roadkill Rampage 2, which right. I absolutely love the first one. I got like the tier premiere. I got all the goodies with it. I am definitely going to be signing up for that second one. And if you're watching this and or listening to it, definitely check out his work. Rodney Fight, Roadkill Rampage is excellent. His latest Kickstarter was for Pitter Patter, which I'm really, you know what, Rick, I should have asked him. I wondered if he didn't get a lot of inadvertent traffic from the Letterkenny fans because Pitter Patter is the most popular catchphrase of that show. So I'm just wondering if like those hashtags didn't,
Well, maybe he'll be back on in a couple weeks,
Oh, that would be great. But yeah, had a lot of fun. They did an excellent job. Security was very good. Distancing was very good. I got a little. You're gonna hate me for telling you this, Richard. You're gonna hate it. I got to see Felicia Day.
Oh, cool.
I got to see. I mean, the way they had everything set up. They were smart. They had her like in the back area.
Okay.
But I got to see her, But yeah, a lot of fun.
Yeah, I saw all your pictures. You've been posting pictures left and right.
Yes. Go to our Underground Video Network Facebook page to see all of the photos that I took. If you're watching and listening to this and you were there, please check them out. If you know or are somebody that's in one of my pictures, please like and share it. Oh my God, I turned into the YouTube guy. Please like and share and hit that subscribe button.
And then tag it and tag yourself.
And tag it, yes. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Just last week, Richard, this wasn't a couple weeks, or just this last week, the cosplay charity group that I'm involved with, the Heroes for Hope, we were invited to a fandomonium in Bryan, Ohio. And I'm going to be honest with you, Richard. I'd never even heard of the town before. I've lived in Ohio my entire life. There's this town north of me. And so I had no idea what to expect. It was me, my friend Jared, and Rodney got to go. Knew nothing about it. GPS was plugged in. Wow, I was really impressed. The con was set up between the two libraries that they had. There was like the children's library and the main library, which was just the other side of the alley. Which, cool enough, was set up by which used to be an old bank. So it was really weird for me and Jared and Ryan to be getting dressed literally inside of a bank vault. It was fun. But I gotta say, Richard, that whole show slid under our radar. But I can guarantee you, it's not going to slide under our radar next year.
We were really going to go to that in last year, but it got canceled.
That's where I know.
Remember, that was one of the ones we were going to, and because they were originally doing that in like April at that time.
Right.
And everything's just started going boom, 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 boom down the hill because they had the isn't that the one that they had the one from Farscape booked to be there?
I am not 100% sure about that.
Of course, last year I was getting some stuff. Of course, I was more prepared about my own show last year, which hopefully I'll have some announcements soon.
Right on. But it was a lot of fun. It was very well set up too. They had the vendors were in a tent just outside in the parking lot, very well set up. I got a flyer. I think we might have missed it, Richard. I was going to tell you about it, but there was a table there set up because one of the local theater groups was doing their rendition of Evil Dead the musical.
Oh wow.
Yeah, buddy. But we had fun taking pictures with the kids. In the main library area, they had their artist alley was set up upstairs, and they had writers, they had comic book creators. Frank James Bailey, who was a friend of the show, was set up there. I got a chance to talk to him.
Yeah, he said he did really well at that show. So
every time we walked past, I there was never a moment where I didn't see people at his table, so I was very happy for Frank.
that's cool.
The Adams Entertainment Group was there. They're a party service that does costume work. They had their dinosaur. It was blue.
Oh,
And it was a full-size suit with somebody in it, and it was astounding. We got a couple really good pictures.
oh, that's cool.
But I had a lot of fun there. And Richard, even if I'm at an event like that for charity work, what have I always said about smaller shows?
You go away with a larger loot.
Son of a bitch! I really thought I was going to get away with it. I got to tell you this, Richard. This is for me and Richard right here. We're doing our first walkthrough, and there's a table set up. And he had like action figures and everything. Well, he had, and remember, I'm suited up right now, so I don't have my glasses on, but I can see it. It was I'm half tempted to go grab it. I should have. It was a 2-pack Ghostbusters figures, and we're talking the big ones.
Oh wow.
And from a distance, I saw the little Post-it note on it that had the price on it, and I could have sworn it said $500. And I'm thinking, I've looked those up before. I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right. I got closer to the table, Richard. I was mistaken. It wasn't $500. It was $50.
Oh.
And I was like, hey, man, do you take a card? He's like, yeah. I'm like, man, I'm telling you. I go, I got no pockets. I go, my wallet's over here. He's like, I think I can. I swear to God. He goes, I know you're a thief, but I think I can trust Ant-Man. So he put it under the table for me, dude. I was like, oh, yes. And actually, a couple of things that I picked up while I was there. We met. Her name is, I'm going to give her a plug. I don't know if we'll be able to give her a shout out. Her name is Summer Sullivan.
Oh, wow.
And I was so happy to talk to her because not only was this her first time there, this was her first show.
Oh, cool.
She's from Michigan. I picked up the book, The Last Heir. I'm a few pages into it. It's been a long week. Enjoying it very much.
Cool.
I believe you can find all of her socials on. Yeah, here we go. Come on, lights work.
There it is.
There we go.
That's cool.
She was such a delight to talk to. I gotta brag on this right here. She signed my book.
Oh, to Ant-Man. That's cool.
The best I've ever seen besides Paul Rudd. Enjoy the book. She was such a sweetheart. Another person that was set up there was Brendan Disner. I picked up his book, The Orphan Fleet, and on the back here is The Hidden Lands.
Yeah.
Very good. Enjoying that very much.
Yeah, that's a good series. I've heard of that. I've looked through it because I think he was down at a Columbus show a while back.
I'm almost certain because I hate to say don't judge a book by its cover, but it was the cover that triggered a memory for me. And it was like I remembered wanting. I am so bad for people that are listening right now. I'm holding up the cover of this book. Oh my God. And
that's okay. The audio people don't know that.
Yes. Yeah. I held up a book, ladies and gentlemen, ignorantly. But again, I'm going to be an ignorant podcaster, and I'm going to hold up some artwork that I picked up while I was down there too. I'm holding up a wooden a wooden painting of the Actomobile,
That's cool.
and also too,
Oh wow.
this is on wood, and pardon the language, but there's no other way to say it. It's Bill fucking Murray. So yeah, Richard, here I was thinking, we're not here in a con enjoy. I'm gonna make it through. Nope. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like you had a great time there.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I would just want to do a quick shout out because you remind me something. Did you see where Roma Collectibles is going to open a brick and mortar store?
I did.
Yeah, they're having the grand opening on Saturday, November the 13th. So if you're in the Springfield area, Springfield, Ohio, that is, area, go ahead and check them out. They're going to have a brick and mortar store. These guys are great because the toys that they have are some of the coolest stuff, you know?
Yes. And not only do they have cool toys, they're correct me if I'm wrong, Richard, they're the ones that do a lot of the custom figures too.
Yes.
Oh
yes.
my God, yes, I love those.
Well, Mary Mercy is usually hanging around with them.
Yep. Who knows, Rich? We might have to make a trip down.
Well, what's so funny is that they're going to have Al Snow there with Broken Icon Comics.
Oh my God, I gotta let my sister know. I know, being in the Ohio area, it's like a rite of passage where you know somebody that went to school with Al Snow. No, I can prove it. My sister showed me the yearbook.
Well, I always thought it was cool. We were filming the show. I don't think you was there. It was Peanut and D-Boy. We were doing the show in the Comic Connection. Al Snow walks in, walks right through our cameras. We're not even shooting yet. We go, should we ask him? Should we ask him? And he come over and he bought his books and left. Because he used to come in the Comic Connection all the time and get his books. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Well, let's get on to some like our review stuff like we kind of do.
Yeah, I want to ask you, Richard, because as a film, this is Saturday. Venom, Let There Be Carnage just dropped a couple of days ago. I got caught up around the house. I should have known because I was going to get a hold of you. Spoiler free review, Richard. What did you think about Carnage or Venom?
Venom, yeah, Venom. Well, Carnage is in it, so
Yeah,
no spoilers there. You know,
yeah,
big battle sequences. Special effects were nice. You know, it wasn't no Spider-Man 3, but
oh, how dare you, sir? How dare you?
No, I enjoyed it. It was written. It was influenced by the comic series, you know, Carnage and stuff, but it was kind of its own thing. So I actually would think if you really don't know Venom's background as much as you think you should, and you like the first movie, you will like this one. You know.
See, I'm in the same boat. I really enjoyed Venom. It was one of those movies, Richard, where I had rented it like off of Amazon.
Oh, okay.
But the minute that it came out on Blu-ray, I picked it up because I'm like, I really want to have this, and I really want to see the special features.
I actually went and saw it in the IMAX theater in Columbus when it first came out because I got the free comic book. The first one. This one was I saw it at our local theater here, the Kenton Theater 3. So you know, so
I did. I really enjoyed the first one. It was a fun movie. It wasn't. That was a great thing about it being its own entity.
Right.
Was it wasn't bogged down with a lot of backstory and everything. It was in and of itself just a really fun, enjoyable movie.
Yeah. The other thing, make sure you do stay through the first part of the credits, the first drop. There is something after the first part, so that's very. I don't want to say without really spoiling. Sets the future. That's all I want to say.
I'm wondering. You're the second person to tell me that, and I don't know, but I remember here. You don't. I'm going to try not to look at you, Richard, because I can read your face. But I remember the internet was abuzz a few weeks ago because Tom Hardy had posted a picture on Twitter, and he was wearing a certain hat.
Oh.
That you could only get if you were on set of a certain movie's filming.
Yeah.
So, fingers crossed.
But yeah, like I said, I really enjoyed the special effects were really cool, in a way. I thought it was funny him fighting with the because they had their little emotional breakup and stuff. I'll give a little bit away there,
Oh,
but
that's from the yeah.
that was from the preview, when they're
Yeah.
fighting each other. Because I thought it was funny because the heads like there and they're like bickering like two married people.
When exactly, I had the feel. It gave me the Odd Couple feel.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Felix and Felix and
Yeah, there
Oscar.
was a whole sequence like that. Yeah, you're
Oh
right.
my God, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going old school on everybody. Yeah, I said Felix and Oscar. I know the Odd Couple. Yeah, that one. Knowing how much I enjoyed the first movie, I'm going to make an extra effort to go see this one at the theater. Speaking of theater, Richard, real quick, I know we're a little bit behind because I don't think we've gotten a chance to talk about it. I did get to go see one Marvel movie at the theater.
Oh yeah, we haven't talked about that, have we?
Yes, Shang-Chi. And I keep wanting to say Sean because of the joke inside the movie. He's like,
Yeah, yeah.
You changed your name from Shang to Sean? Really? Yeah. Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings. Wow. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you, Richard. That one snuck up on me much like Guardians of the Galaxy did, where it was like, I'm familiar with the character. I don't know much about the character. I don't feel like I'm very emotionally, it's not like Spider-Man or somewhere was like, oh,
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, I'm watching this movie like, this is amazing. I really enjoyed. I keep trying to force myself not to say Sean.
Oh.
These don't help me either. I really did enjoy that movie. I really, yeah,
And it did pretty well in the box office too, so I'm
yeah,
happy for that. Yeah, and the plot and the story was really nice. It
yeah.
really fit the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and then the little background Easter eggs with all the interconnection with maybe future Avenger stuff.
Yeah. And we've also, speaking of laying out the future, we may have an idea of who is going to fill the vacuum that Hydra left.
Oh yeah.
But I thought the action was really good. Seeing Sir Ben Kingsley just getting to be. He is such a good actor because, man, when you watch some of his more dramatic roles and then you turn around and see him playing that character, like I legitimately, Richard, I'm watching him and I can physically tell he is having fun. You know what I mean? He is enjoying the shit out of this role.
Yeah, that was kind of surprising to see him in there because I almost forgot he was supposed to be in that.
Yeah.
Because he just pops out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah. With his little buddy. Oh, my God. I need a plushie of the little, what was it, Walter or whatever the hell that thing's name was.
Oh, yeah.
The eyeless winged hamster.
But like you go back to that Fill the Void, the whole with his sister's interaction stuff, that was pretty cool there when she was running her fight, the internet streaming fight competition stuff,
Yes. Oh, and let's talk about that. Let's talk about her fight club, buddy. We had two really. We knew it was coming already, Richard. Everybody was excited about seeing Abomination,
right?
And Wong. Dude, the way they did it was flipping brilliant. Because their interaction, spoiler alert, people, but their interaction after the fight,
right?
Like the whole thing was set up. It's like, I told you not to do that. Like, all right, come on, let's go get lunch. It was like, oh my God, they're buddies.
And I was reading about, Wong is almost becoming the new Coulson.
Yes, which I am all for. And what was it? The other thing that we learned was Wong can never leave a room. Or Wong, no, what was the meme? And we'll get into it in a minute. It was like Wong can never leave Doctor Strange because nothing good ever comes from Wong walking away from Doctor Strange. But oh my God. And the other thing that I absolutely loved, Richard, it was the very end when I'm trying to remember her name because I thought about it today when I saw a pop of her because it's the same name as another character. But when Sean and his friend are having dinner with their friends,
Oh, okay.
and they're telling this whole story. Oh yeah, we were doing this and we were doing that, and their friends, of course, like it was like the greatest upcomings like ever. But Sean and his friend are telling their friends about this. Oh, we fought the dragon, and they're like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then that portal opens up behind them, and they were so cool and so nonchalant about it. Hey, we'll be back, guys. Got to go save the world. It's like, oh, I love it, that moment.
Well, like you said, it's Kathy is her name.
Yes, Katie. No, Katie.
Yeah, Katie. Yeah.
Thank you, Richard. Because when I saw the pop earlier today, from a distance, when I saw Katie, I thought tying it back to Letterkenny again. I thought the Letterkenny pops had released. I'm like, yeah. Not that I was disappointed, but I was expecting something else. Katie, thank you.
Yeah. But no, I think it was a good start. It was an origin movie.
Right.
And you got to have those sometimes in the Marvel because that was really an out there character to be bringing in. They're really going out on the limb trying to bring some out there stuff because the next upcoming Eternals, that's going to be crazy. No one will know who the Eternals are, and they're not the original Eternals anyhow, but they're the Eternals.
Yeah. Which again, just today, Richard, you know me. I love my Lego. I'm a diehard fan. Quit putting shit out before the movie comes out.
Oh, yeah.
The Eternals Legos are already out right now. They did the same thing with Shang-Chi like a month before the movie came out. It was the dragon set, and I'm like, well, okay. But I still bought them. Speaking of, Richard, we're going to go segue here, and I'm going to piss people that aren't watching off. Speaking of a segue between Lego and what we're about to talk to now, for those of you for those of you who can't see, I'm holding up the Peggy Carter, Captain Carter.
Yeah, Captain
Carter. Lego. This one's from an earlier series, Richard, but I couldn't let you one up me with the T-shirt.
Oh.
I just held up a Watcher Lego figure.
Yeah, I got a Watcher shirt on.
Richard's wearing his Watcher shirt. We got to talk about What If.
Oh, man.
Where do we start, Richard? How far back do we go, Richard? It's been a little while since me and you got a chance to sit down and talk.
Yeah, I think last time we talked, it was the Doctor Strange episode, wasn't it?
Was it?
Or was it?
Did we get to talk about the zombie?
Or was that coming out the week we were? It was coming out the following Wednesday. I don't think we talked about the zombie yet.
Let's jump into the zombie, man.
Okay.
I
know that was one of your favorites.
The zombie one, aside from Captain Carter, the zombie one was the one I was most looking forward to, just because I was such a huge fan of Marvel Zombies, the comics, when they came out.
Right.
Love Marvel, love zombies. Boom, let's put them together. It was awesome. Oh, I loved it so much.
Well, you got to see Scott Lang in a fishbowl.
Give me 1 second, Richard. 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves.
I know what Mike's up to. He's heading off, Yeah, everybody. Quick reminder. I was looking. Tiffin, Ohio. Speaking of zombies, they're having a zombie walk run. So if you get a chance, just type in Tiffin, Ohio, zombie walk run. Mike and me did a zombie walk a while back. Did you hear anything I said? Tiffin, Ohio is having a zombie walk.
I'm in.
Walk, run, type something similar to what we did there a couple years back.
Right. Tiffin, I'm in. Okay. What I wanted to show you was the Captain Carter Lego figure that I held up is from Lego released a set of minifigs. They're blind bagged. A lot of them they're all from the current run of Marvel shows like Scarlet Witch, Loki. We got a few of the What If characters. There's Captain Carter. and I have the Peter Parker, the cape and everything. I was upset that the one Lego figure they didn't make from the current Marvel run was the Scott Lang. I made my own goddamn headless, bodiless Scott Lang head in a fishbowl. Yeah, that's right, people. I did that. That's all me. Marvel, you're welcome to if you want to. I'll let you have this design. It's head in a fishbowl. Oh, the other thing that I loved about it, Richard, was that Scott Lang is the eternal optimist. Here he is, full on Futurama, head in a fishbowl. The dude's making dad jokes left and right. That was so Scott Lang. He was still making dad jokes. But man, and I like too. They threw another Ant-Man thing back in where they had it wasn't Luis, but the other guy from the ex-cons was their technical guy. And I love the fact that they're able to get so many of the original actors to do the voiceover work. Now, you know me, Richard. Normally, I'm against seeing major movie stars do voiceover work when there's so many awesome voiceover actors. But when they're playing themselves, I'll let it slide.
Right.
I was so impressed with how many people actually had come back to do those roles, and it just added so much to it. But the zombie one was, damn, it was everything I wanted it to be. I was a little confused by the zombies, though, and this isn't a nitpick, but it was like they weren't completely brainless. They were still able to retain. I mean, the Tony Stark zombie was still using the suit.
Yeah.
What was it? Wong was still used. He was still, able to use the sling ring. So they were still able to retain some of their intellect or instinct, I guess is what I would say.
Yeah. Well, I liked how they explained the whole zombie apocalypse, how it started.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Once again, What If has established, don't with Ant-Man. Don't mess with Hank Pym. The idea that the whole thing stemmed from the quantum realm, I loved it. I thought it was great. They didn't go, like mad scientists or supernatural. The idea that it came from the quantum realm was pretty cool. And dude, how terrifying is the idea of an ant-sized zombie that can turn you? Yeah. I mean, really, it's one thing when you see a zombie coming at you. We'd all piss our pants, let's be honest. But, boom to the head, you're fine. But when he's, that big, oh, you're screwed, buddy. And it really explained how they were able to turn the Avengers so fast. Right.
And then didn't see Thanos was turned.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I have a little question what they did with Thanos so far in the What If series. I don't know. It's kind of bizarre,
It was almost like they cranked him down from like a power level of 11 to like 2.
Yeah, because Thanos was always pretty powerful before he even got the gauntlet, in the comic books, So he was almost a dark side level villain before he got the gauntlet, And
he handed the Hulk his ass without the use of the gauntlet. He did it, old school. He beat the shit out of the Hulk barehanded.
Yeah.
So,
well, I remember reading all those old 70s appearances of Thanos where he came out Iron Man and all that stuff, So, he's more powerful than what I think they're letting on or something. I don't know.
Yeah, because the idea that he got turned by a bite, again, I know we're arguing a cartoon. But the idea that he was able to be bit.
Yeah.
I mean, that skin's got to be pretty tough. I mean, I guarantee you, if you went up to a rhinoceros at the zoo and tried to bite it, you're not leaving marks, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
So amp that up by 1,000,000.
And well, just like step back one episode or so, with the Black Panther with the Guardians of the Galaxy type thing, that didn't make no sense either,
No, let's go into it, because I've had this conversation with a few friends. I enjoy the stories, I really do, but I will find fault where I find fault. And T'Challa is a charming SOB. Now, you want to convince me that he made the Ravagers have a change of heart, be good? I buy it. I have absolutely no problem believing that the Ravagers raised around T'Challa growing up were good. I have absolutely no problem with that. Thanos, however, we're really stretching the boundaries of belief, because think about this too, Richard. At that time, Thanos would have already, because we saw Gamora and we saw Nebula. By that time, he's still, gauntlet or not, wiped out millions of people. We're talking already genocide.
Yeah, that's in the MCU universe too. That's not,
Yeah. I mean, he found Gamora when she was a toddler. So if we're looking at the same age range, if Nebula and T'Challa are even around the same age, he'd already wiped out half of her planet.
Yeah, and he was doing that in other planets too. So that whole thing just doesn't make sense. And even moving on, what they did in the last episode with Thanos just didn't make sense to me either.
Yes, yes and no. We'll get into that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the idea that Thanos got bit, I had a problem with that. He turned into a zombie. Did it make for an awesome cliffhanger? Yeah. But the whole thing with Vision and Wanda, that was terrifying, man. The idea of a Scarlet Witch zombie
who still had all her powers, as you were saying, how the other ones had their powers, and could use it,
Yeah. Which I'll give him this, though, that what they did, having Vision gradually feeding her, that is an homage to the original comic. That's the original, the Marvel versus, or not Marvel versus Marvel Zombies.
Oh, okay.
Hank Pym did that.
Oh,
in the comic books. He had Black Panther tied up and was like, sorry for being graphic, people, was in the comic. He was like slowly carving off hunks.
Oh, wow.
Of Black Panther to feed, was it Janet? I think it might have been Janet, but he was feeding somebody. So that was a nice nod back to the original source material.
That's cool. I never really read the zombie comics myself, but
yeah. But seeing the zombified version of Hawkeye's another great example. Holy shit, dude! The dude's a full-on zombie, but man, he can still pinpoint.
Oh.
Yeah. But it was fun. It was very entertaining. I enjoyed it a lot.
And I love how they're just leaving them open. Like every episode is just open, so they can go back to it maybe, or use other elements,
And they're leaving them open-ended, but given the revelation that we had at the end of this week's episode, we are seeing that they are within the multiverse, but still going to be tied into each other.
Oh, yeah. Well, just look at the Thor, the Only Son Thor episode, that was crazy. Earth becoming party central and stuff like that. The best part, though, was, what's her name? Marrying Howard the Duck.
Oh my God, Darcy.
Yeah, Darcy. Yeah,
dude, that was. I truly believe that was a nice nod to the original Howard the Duck movie, though.
Well, that was also goes back to the comic book, because they did send out official announcement when he got married and stuff. So
yeah,
and Marvel did do that again with this episode. They actually sent out those invites.
Yeah, And that was funny though when he referred to her after the bear. He goes, "Oh, you're being awful cocky, Mrs. the Duck." I enjoyed it. We really needed that episode because it was such a good palate cleanser because it was just like dark, 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 really dark. We needed a fun one, and that one was definitely fun.
I love how Jane Foster called Thor's mother.
She called Freya. She called his mom on him. Oh, I love that. And I like how Thor acknowledged it, but he was just like, "Yeah, it was still a good call." But there were so many Easter eggs in that one, dude.
Oh yeah.
We had the golden people from Galaxy or Guardians of the Galaxy 2 were there.
Yeah.
Drax, everybody was at Thor's party, and I loved when Loki showed up. I love the fact that them not actually being raised together actually made them better brothers.
Yeah, the brother from another mother type deal.
I know, and he delivered it so cheeky too. My brother from another mother, and I mean it. I was like, oh my god. But another nice little throwback was the morning after, where they were all like passed out in a hotel room, and Jane's talking to Maria Hill because Nick Fury got knocked into knocked unconscious because Korg like ran past him to do a ball cannon into the fountain. But when Jane was talking to her, you can hear Thor in the background because they showed Rocket passed out in the bathroom sink. Right. Oh, look at the little rabbit! I was like, oh man, nice nod, nice. The one thing I thought was, I mean, I know it was a fun episode, Richard, but they went full on Looney Tunes, where when Carol would knock Thor across the world and they showed the planet and they did the Looney Tunes thing where they showed the name.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, come on, man.
Well, you know, it was animation. They could get away with it.
Yes, exactly. Oh, so many nice little Easter eggs. And that one was what we were talking about earlier, Richard. That was like the setup.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because at the end of the episode where he's visiting Jane and she makes him, you know, ask her on a proper date, he turns around and wow, what a reveal when we saw Vision. Yeah. We saw him walk through that portal, man, and everybody was just like, oh, boom, credits. It's like, oh, yeah. Shit.
Yeah, that last episode, that moved right straight into the last episode, so that was really great, the way they handled it, you know.
Yes. And it was a great concept too, you know. I mean, it was a perfect example of what if, where it was like one small thing. The Avengers weren't able to stop Ultron from getting the Vision's body.
Right.
And I mean, shit hit the fan, man. I mean, it wasn't just, oh, gonna take over the world, you know, when he became.
Well, it's when Thanos popped in, you know, wanting the mind gem, you know.
Yep. I'm going to. I see. I know where you're going with this, Richard. The idea that he, again, spoilers, people.
Yeah.
That he was cut in half.
Right.
If
he got caught off guard, yeah.
And it was like a split second. He didn't have a time to do anything with the gauntlet, and it was an Infinity Stone that did it.
Correct, yeah.
If it was just like a laser blast, I'd be like, meh. But being that it was the Mind Stone.
Right.
But then again, Richard, I'm gonna favor you on this one. It's the Mind Stone. where are you getting this fantastic laser, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. That was wasn't quite what I envisioned, what my envision of it.
But
Because
for the time restraint, it was, you know,
yeah,
they
and
did what they had to.
that way he could get all the stones. It was just
Yeah,
a convenient it was convenient writing, yeah.
yeah. If they had an hour or so, like, or 2 hours, I'm sure we would have seen a kick-ass battle. But they're like, dude, we've got 40-some minutes. Cut him
Yeah.
in half.
And,
But I
and
gotta say,
speaking of the animation's been great on these last few
I
episodes.
really enjoy that animation. I think one of the things I really enjoy about the animation is that, and I don't mean this negatively, it's such a far step away from Disney animation.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't have the classic Disney or even Pixar feel to it. They are their own style.
Yeah, it feels that way. You know, they set themselves up their own universe type stuff, you know.
Yeah. But man, one of my favorite parts of that episode was seeing what the Watcher really stole the episode. Everything with the Watcher was awesome because we got to see the Watcher. When me and you are the same, Richard. When we think of the Watcher, we think very monotone, no
Right.
emotion. But to see the Watcher go, I have seen everything. I know everything that is ever going to happen and that ever has happened. What the hell is happening?
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit. What the hell is happening? And that moment where Natasha and Clint, which I got to say this, you know, I love Hawkeye. I got to say, this was the most badass we've gotten to see. Dude, he was killing. And he went full Winter Soldier too, though, man, with the mechanical arm, and then when it fell off,
Right.
I was like, nice touch. But when they were in the KGB archives, and the Watcher was watching them, and
Yeah.
like they didn't show it, but like you could feel the beads of sweat dripping off the Watcher's massive forehead. Like, dude, you're right there, dude. Then he put, and like, no, dude, you know, it's like he was that close to snapping it. He was that close to breaking the oath, man. Like he was gonna, like, dude, like a nanosecond, like he's gonna appear, box out, you know.
Or push it.
Yeah. But I mean, even that wasn't such a far-fetched idea, though. The idea of using Armin Zola because he is a analog
Yep.
artificial intelligence. That was pretty damn clever. That was some pretty damn clever, right? I really appreciated that little bit.
I just hope we do get to see the continuation of that. You know, I hope they just don't leave us hanging, you know.
It was a very powerful episode, and it's definitely going to lead up to I feel what's going to probably be, and I could be wrong, what is going to be a hell of a season finale.
Right.
Because they've already come out and announced, you know, that we're going to see a multiverse version of the Avengers.
Yeah.
They've laid the groundwork for it. And another one of the scenes I thought was fantastic was when Ultron and the Watcher were fighting, and they were constantly breaking through the different multiverses.
Yeah.
There was some great stuff in there. Did you catch the one? I don't know what world it was, but Steve Rogers was being sworn in as president.
As president, yeah.
And we all learned. I don't think I ever knew this, Richard. I had to go back and rewind it, but I know I heard it. We learned Captain Steve Rogers' middle name, which I did because when they swore in, it was like I'm going to get it wrong, people. I know, but I know they said it. I just don't remember. It was like Steve Thomas Rogers. Do you saw him? I'm like, wait a minute. Did they just say Captain America's middle name? Like even I didn't know that. But we got to see a lot of, you know, like really cool, minute, different areas of the multiverse that they were crashing through as the two were fighting. And to see the Watcher go like full on Super Saiyan when he like formed that golden blue armor.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we learned that, you know, the Watcher's there to watch, but he can hand an ass out, you know, if it comes down to it. He is still a cosmic being.
But yeah, I just hope this goes, in a direction that it should go. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm just so iffy on it, because it just really took a concept that we've never seen that much of.
Yeah. I'm really hoping and looking forward to seeing the formation of the multiverse Avengers, and seeing how now that they're established, they're slapping through different multiverses, and Ultron is bouncing
Right.
back and forth. How that's going to segue into the multiverse of madness.
Yeah, I don't know. Does this really take place in the MCU? I mean, I know they said this does. How much will it influence the rest of the series from now on?
Yeah.
And then will this actually give us the Exiles?
Oh my God! Don't get me started on Exile. I love that series so much. Blink, Morph. I could go on. I am a huge fan of that series. I really hope, especially with the introduction, we know, because Blink is technically an X-Men character. She was first appeared in the Age of Apocalypse books,
Right.
and she became such a popular character that they brought her into the Exiles to kind of bring her into the MCU.
Yeah.
And I would love to see her in the MCU.
I just that's be like a live action version of that would be incredible.
Oh yeah. But yeah, What If has been spectacular. It's been a lot of fun. Has it been perfect? No. I mean, but again, given the time limit per episode, there was going to be inevitable plot holes. There
Yeah.
could not be. If it was an hour, 2 hour, yeah. But given the half hour, 40-minute,
Well, like I like how they're not ending them. I like how it's just a full setup where we get
Yes.
to see like a frame within a bigger story. And you and me, I kind of talked about that after we saw the first few, that we knew it had been setting up something down the road.
Yeah. Yeah, they weren't, the story wasn't over, the way they ended them, we saw Peggy Carter, that was a clever way they worked in the Captain America, bring her into the present
Oh yeah.
situation, not frozen, but she was in the other realm. The zombie one was left very open. Which, side note, Richard, let's talk about the zombie again. Do you ever really think about this? This is a great comic book store conversation I had a couple weeks ago, Richard. We were talking about the zombie. It's a classic thing in like every zombie movie where it's just like, oh, not every. They're trying to find the cure. Oh, we're going to find the cure. If I'm turned into a zombie, kill me, don't cure me, because I don't think they ever really appreciate the fact that they're dead. They've got like hunks missing out of them. Some of them are,
Well, that's what I always thought about a zombie apocalypse. Just stay away, and rigor mortis will take over in a couple days.
Yeah. Now, cure, no, but I mean, if it was like quit saying cure, say vaccine. Like if we inoculate you with the zombie vaccine, if you get bit, you're not going to turn into a zombie.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
A cure implies that, hey,
you can change the other ones back. Yeah.
Yeah. No, dude, it's too late. You're already necrotic. I mean, even if it was just like a simple bite, like they weren't like shoot up, Which that was always my question about zombie movies, Richard, is how is there so many zombies? Because if you're a zombie and you go after somebody and you're eating them, why do you stop eating them? Just keep eating them.
Yeah.
How do you not eat them to the point where there's
they just want the brains. They just eat the brains. They don't want the flesh.
Now, dude, we're gonna have to go into an entire different segment about this one.
Yeah, well, that's where they were going along with some of those like Return of the Evil Dead and stuff like that, where they want the brains, and that's what, because there was the
chemicals that they ate was what kept them going.
Yeah, that's what it really technically is, because that's how Romero's movies
Yes.
go. That's how a lot of that works.
Then they kind of really later movies really diverged from that, and the whole brain thing where it was just like they're just flesh eating zombies.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that's after the Ebola stuff. I think how the Hollywood changed and stuff.
Yeah.
It just changed with the times. Zombie movies. With this being Halloween stuff, let's talk about zombie. I mean, that's how it was.
Yeah.
'Cause I still think if zombies would really happen to real life, they wouldn't really move around really fast and stuff because it would go slow, just like the Romero original stuff and everything. And I think they would just die out within a couple of days because don't take long to rot. A body doesn't take long to rot out.
Yeah.
So you just go to Sam's Club, sit there for a couple weeks, and go back out. The zombies will be gone.
Oh man. I think the one that really addressed that one, Richard, and they technically weren't zombies. Man, we got off topic. Was the what was it? The 28 days and 28 weeks later.
Oh yeah.
Technically, they weren't zombies in that they were dead. They were infected with the rage virus, but at least they touched on that where it's just like they're gonna die.
Yeah.
Just let's hang out and wait until they die.
Yeah, because I don't know. It's just some of them movies just like don't bother me, but I just think it's funny how they keep going.
Yeah.
It's like that commercial, let's go, let's get in that running car and leave. No, let's go hide behind the chainsaws,
Yeah. Yeah. The killers chase them through the house and they literally run past the front door.
Let's go upstairs. But the door's right there.
Yeah. Hey, I know where we'll be safe, the basement. And I've thought about this 100 times. If I'm ever in a movie and like the guy's chasing me, I'll take the cuts. I'm jumping through a window. Door's locked. That window is still glass. I will take a few cuts aside from being eviscerated.
We'll go downstairs. Oh, look at that old book. Let's open and read what it says,
Yeah. Oh man.
But the whole what if, let's just get back with the Ultron. Yeah. This last episode was just something else, seeing Vision, Ultron taking over the Vision body and everything like he originally planned. I mean, that's like you said, just one moment changes everything. Vision wins,
Yeah. And I really like that moment too where Ultron has the realization that he's conquered everything.
Right.
Now what? But that was a great little segue when they had the Watcher behind him, and he's just like, "Who is that?"
Yeah.
And he does that slow turn, and the Watcher, like you could literally hear the Watcher pissing his pants, like you shouldn't be able to see me,
Yeah. Well, look at the Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers' character fighting him. That was.
Yeah.
She couldn't defeat him. How are they going to defeat Ultron?
Yeah. I mean, blew up the entire damn planet. And another great scene was to show how powerful he was is when they showed Ultron devouring. He went full Galactus and was devouring that solar or universe.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? This isn't just like the full-size 7-foot tall robot you're dealing with. This is a cosmic being now that can change himself into a godlike being.
Yeah, on the same level like Galactus or something.
Yeah.
Celestials. That's what I think is going to happen. The Celestials will get involved or something.
But yes, that was another great one that had so many little Easter eggs in it, especially like when they were breaking through the barriers of the different multiverses. We got to see medieval England, Wakanda. Yeah. I did. Yeah. And real quick, Richard, because we should wrap this up real quick. Speaking of Marvel, though, did we ever get a chance to talk about the Hawkeye trailer?
I don't think we really did. No.
Oh, buddy, we got 5 minutes to spare. Let's jump into this shit because I've been dying to talk.
5 minutes. It's going to be 10 o'clock before we know it.
I will be the first to admit I was wrong. My predictions for this, I was predicting that it was going to take place during the snap. I was wrong. We're talking blip. We're talking current MCU timeline.
Right.
And if you're a really diehard Hawkeye fan, especially of the Matt Fraction run of the comic books, holy shit, there were so many Easter eggs in that preview. We're seeing the gang that he fights in the Matt Fraction run. What was it? The Scarlet Hoods. We're seeing the one slight difference is in the comic books. It was the character Echo that had taken over the Ronin role while when Hawkeye went back to being Hawkeye. Now we're seeing it's Kate Bishop.
Right.
We're getting to see Lucky the pizza dog. Oh, I was so happy to see Lucky. So happy to see Lucky. A lot of stuff with Kate's mom that if you know the books, you know that she's Madame Mask.
Yeah.
They're alluding that, you know, she might be the villain in this one.
There's
the
even
preview just looks...
well, the Kingpin references.
Yes.
Are we really going to get Kingpin?
Oh my god. And it was like so many little things. Like when they showed in the trailer, Kate and Clint rolling up to a party dressed to the nines.
Right.
Dude, that was almost panel for panel taken out of the comic books because the same thing happened. Clint and Kate showed up. I think it was a Kingpin benefit. They crashed the party.
Yes. Yeah, that's what a lot of people were referencing. I go,
yep.
I wasn't familiar with the original comic book source, but they were saying that looked exactly the same, you know.
Yeah.
So when is that going to drop again?
Christmas.
Yeah, that's right. Christmas.
Because
yeah.
they are gearing it towards Christmas because it's going to be set around Christmas. Because I gotta admit, I loved the tagline because it's so cheesy. The best gifts come with a bow. I was like, oh, dad joke. I appreciate that. But no, we're seeing Clint in current MCU time. He's back with his family. The whole, you know, I promised to be back for Christmas. So yeah, I will admit I was wrong. It wasn't set during that time period. And I admit I was wrong, and I'm glad I was wrong because the way they're gearing that story towards, I am all for, man. Kate Bishop's been one of my favorite characters since she was introduced. The whole thing with the trick arrows was bloody fantastic. When she was going through, that was, and seeing more like legit trick arrows, not just ones that blew up, you know.
All right, yeah. Just as long as they don't pull out the old-fashioned boxing glove one.
You shut your damn mouth. You respect the boxing glove arrow. Respect the boxing glove arrow. But I'm telling you, dude, it really inspired me, Richard. I haven't donned my Hawkeye costume for a while, man. And after seeing that, I'm like, I'm really wanting to dig it out. I was really looking forward to it. Now I'm like really super looking forward to it, man. That trailer was everything. I loved. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll be having a lot of episodes that week because, you know, Spider-Man drops like the week before then that hits, you know, so.
Yeah. Real quick, Rich, anything else you got to add before we take off?
Well, the Star Wars stuff, we got the release date for Boba Fett, the Book of Boba Fett, you know.
Yeah.
So that looks pretty cool. I hope we get a trailer soon, you know. But speaking like the Star Wars, did you watch any of the anime Visions?
I watched the first couple of them. I really enjoyed them.
I binged all of them, like almost in a row, one after
Yeah.
They were all fascinating. I love seeing reinterpretations and stuff of the Star Wars characters and stuff. You know,
yeah.
This isn't really with canon. This is like out there stuff, you know, because the one really reminded me a bunch of like Robot Carnival. I would love to see these.
Yeah.
I would love to see these like put together as like a mini movie and because that's how I watched it. Like I was watching a movie. I just kept watching them one after another after another. So
That first one was amazing, where they took the Jedi story and turned it into like feudal Japan and
right,
the
yeah,
Ronin. Oh,
yeah, because there's one with a character that's like Luke Skywalker and his sister Princess Leia, and there's a little twist on that one. That's on down the road, so you ought to check that one out.
yes. Golly, what else?
Not much else really going on. I mean, the comic books have got some wild stuff with your Superman going on.
Yeah, and I haven't got a chance to read it yet, but issue 2 or issue 3 of Superman Son of Kal-El came out this week. Rich, you know me. I know I tend to say I love this thing a lot, but you know how I am with Superman.
Right.
I'm loving Jonathan Kent as taking the role over as for his dad. I love Jonathan Kent is the Superman for now.
Yeah.
Instead of really trying to make Clark Kent more relevant, passing the mantle on to Jonathan has just been ecstatic. But when you've got the contemporary, you got to go back to a little bit of the nostalgia. Issue 2 of Superman 78. Let me just tell you how much I love this book. If you're a fan of the movie, you're absolutely going to love this book because it fits the tone and the style of the original Superman the movie. And not only that, I have not been able to read this book and not read it in everybody's voice.
Oh, wow.
When I'm reading it, I hear Gene Hackman, I hear Christopher Reeves, I hear Margot Kidder, I hear their voice in the dialogue. I absolutely love it so much. Yeah, that's about all I got.
Okay. Well, like I said, it's been a solid episode. We got a lot more stuff coming out because the second part of the summer season is wrapping up, and then we get the full force with the CW stuff coming out after that. Stargirl's been solid, so
yeah, we will save that one.
Yeah,
we have a decision to make, Richard. We could go on for another hour, or we could.
Yeah, we'll just say Stargirl's been solid. That's all I want to say.
Yeah, and Supergirl has not. Rough. Oh, okay. Richard, where can all the fine folks that are listening and or watching us find all of us, everything that we do?
Yeah, just go over undergroundvideonetwork.com. We paid the URL for another year, so we have it. And, and then you can go there, and then you can check the links to all our socials, or find UVN Plus, our video archive with over 800 and some episodes that we've filmed over the last 18 years.
And I mentioned it earlier, including our socials, the Facebook page. I just in the last few days finished posting all of the pictures that I took from Cincinnati Comic Expo. Like I said, if you were there or you know anybody that you see a picture of, please like, tag it, and share it. I would love for them to see them. That's it. On behalf of Richard Catterjohn and myself, Michael Boroff, we hope everybody is staying safe and healthy. And we really hope to see you at a con or a comic book store real soon. So if you would kindly, Richard, please.